Hi, this is Carly from Carliescavies again. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make fleece pads for the guinea pig cage. I need to make a travel-sized fleece pad for while we're going on vacation. A few of the guinea pigs are going to be coming with me. This is Manna. She's going to help me out today. It's easier than you think it is. It's not, you don't have to be a seamstress or any good kind of sewer because I definitely am not. Some people choose not to sew their fleece bedding and just layer absorbent things on the bottom and on the top. I choose to do the pads. They're reversible. They're easier for me. So how I do it, not the rule, but thought you'd like to see how.
So this is my cage. I cleaned it earlier today, so it is still fairly clean. I do use fleece bedding. I was using pine shavings. That's what I grew up using for my guinea pigs. However, it got expensive when I got a giant cage and also took me forever to clean. I also hated finding shavings everywhere in my house. So I graduated to fleece after a few failing attempts. This is how I have settled to do my fleece. So I do a pad. So in the middle of this is 2 Uhaul pads, and I make my pads reversible. You can see here I put mini pads on highly trafficked areas. I think this is a must if you're going to do fleece bedding, so you don't have to change out the big pads as often. I also do kitchens or litter boxes. They're not specifically litter box trained, but it does cut down on maintenance, and they tend to go where they eat, so easier for me. And by the way, the guinea pigs love fleece. They can walk on it better. As soon as I switched to fleece from pine shavings, they all lost weight, not because of any other reason other than they were getting more exercise, because it's easier for them to run around. They like to snuggle on it. I've made different things out of the fleece. It's fantastic. Okay, so these are your materials you're going to need aside from your sewing machine. This is a $50 sewing machine I got at Walmart on Black Friday. I'm not claiming to be a seamstress in any way, so all you sewers out there, don't make fun of me, but this is how I make it, and I'm going to show you that it's not hard and you don't have to be a seamstress to make your own fleece bedding. So 2 ways to do this. My favorite way is with Uhaul pads. These are about $7. You can buy them at the Uhaul store. 2 layers of that sandwiched in between layers of fleece. And so you can make it reversible, super fun. And then the other way to do it is get either a bedwetting sheet or an incontinence pad. I don't like these as much. Somebody gave these to me, but I'm going to use them anyway. When you have as many guinea pigs as I do, it doesn't hold as much as the Uhaul pads do. So that's why I like to use the Uhaul pads. So those are your 2 options of absorbent layers. The fleece, use whatever you want, but it must be anti-peel fleece. I will show you what it's like with the water and why it works well for you in another video later on. But I usually just use scraps of fleece. My grandma used to make us all pajama pants for Christmas, so she gave me all her scraps. So super cheap that way. And then I also buy my fleece at like Goodwill or the thrift stores because it is already pre-treated and you don't have to pre-treat it. I'll talk about pre-treating another time. But if you do not pre-treat your fleece, it will not go down, their urine will not go down into your absorbent layers, and therefore will just make your guinea pigs all wet and gross. So save yourself some time by doing that. I'll talk about pre-treating fleece in another video. Alrighty, so I wanted to show you the sandwiches before we start to sew here. So 2 layers of Uhaul pads and then like sides of fleece kissing. So whatever side you want to be on the outside, those two need to kiss. Alright, so for instance, all this is backwards because this is the back of the fleece. So when we flip it inside out, you'll be able to read, even though it doesn't really matter for wow. But so this is how I do it, and we'll sew all around the edges here, and then we'll leave a pocket, I don't know, 6-ish inches wide where we can turn it inside out. Okay, and then I will sew it back together so it will be nice and complete. Some people who are nice seamstresses will hand sew that together after it's flipped and make a nice beautiful edge on it. I don't do that. I'm not a seamstress. I don't know how. So I just sew over the top. I do recommend though, if you are sewing, don't sew the Uhaul pad up. When you're putting it through your sewing machine, you'll want the fleece side up because there's lots of little fibers in this that will catch on the foot of your sewing machine. So that's this one. And for the incontinence pad, because one side is that plastic, you don't need to sandwich it. It's just going to be plastic on the bottom and the fleece on one side. So we want that plastic bottom to kiss the side of the fleece we want to show, because that's what we're going to turn it inside out. So same deal with that. We're going to sew all around, leave a pocket, flip it inside out, sew it shut. Okay, I'll time lapse that so you don't have to endure it. It takes a little bit of time because I suck at sewing, but here we go. Alright, so I wanted to show you the finished product here. You watched me undo it, like flip it inside out, but unfortunately my sewing machine broke, so you didn't actually watch me sew it. Sorry if anybody actually wanted to see that, but I got it fixed and we got everything sewed. We flipped everything inside out, and I did sew this line down the middle here just to keep things intact, kind of like a quilt, so it doesn't get so loose from the bottom half. But I just wanted to show you. So the incontinence pad is pretty thin. These don't last as long in the cage, and then this is quite thick with that double layer of Uhaul pads. So that's what I recommend. Hopefully it works for you.